Hey moms, welcome back to Mom Madness, the March Madness show about some of the things that are maddening about motherhood besides all of the things.
And in today's stunning conclusion of our March Madness series, we're going to tell you the winner. And then we're going to tell you about our fun April schedule where we may have to wear plague doctor mask. No, we're not wearing those. They don't look good on camera.
Not on
So based off of the feedback that we got both when we originally asked about doing this series and then as we were getting feedback through conversations and stuff as the videos were released, which was what led to our final two, it's pretty clear that mom shaming was one of the most common things that people are outraged by, that they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It was one of it's the most maddening that we felt like we all had in common based on the feedback and stuff that we got. So one of the reasons we decided to do this series was because we also realized that that isn't really true for everybody. Not everybody is going to feel like mom shaming is like their worst. There are people who really don't care. And they're legends among moms because it's really difficult to deal with something like that. But and there are different moms in different walks of life, and their kids are different, their home lives are different, and because of that, mom shaming just isn't at the top of like their list for the most maddening part about motherhood. So I think, I mentioned before that I'm one of the people who like, I don't care. And it is true. Like, I don't care, but it still gets on my nerves and it still pisses me off and it still upsets me. And then I see other people who aren't able to brush it off, and that upsets me too, especially if it's people that I know and care about. Yeah, I don't think out of the ones on the list, I have any that were just like way up here in terms of like things that just really got under my skin. But mom shaming is definitely up there. And I hate it not just for myself, but for other moms too.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, like at the end of the day, it's all maddening. All of it is maddening. And you're right, our lives are so different. Like things are more maddening for some than they are others. But I don't know that I would say any of them are the winners. You know what I mean? But it's all maddening. And I think we just have to help each other along the way. Like it's so important for us to not put other moms down, not try really hard not to judge other moms, and just be a support system for each other. We're building a village. We're trying to help each other through this madness that is motherhood.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that we've talked about before, maybe even right before we filmed this, is that, it's frustrating because motherhood has been around since the dawn of time. And it seems like society isn't any closer to getting it. I mean, there are certain companies that I will leave nameless that didn't even have like a proper maternity like leave or plan for expecting mothers until they were sued when multiple people had miscarriages. And it's insane to think that as long as there has been life, we are still no closer to understanding exactly what it means to be a mom, whether it's, when the baby's in utero, when you're planning, or even when you have older kids. Because I think that's another thing that happens is I think people think that, oh, well, you have older kids, so it's not the same. And it's like, no, you're right. It's not the same, but it's still hard. Like teenagers are not easy. Like just because they can go to the bathroom by themselves, it doesn't mean that you somehow have it easier. And I think that it's interesting because we always talk about supporting each other and supporting other moms. And it's like even people in your life that care about you or that are a part of your all the time, and they still don't get it. They don't understand what you're feeling, what you're going through. Like I've told people, outside of the channel and outside of Melinda and Mike, I've said things like, no, like I can't do, if I stand at the sink for 20 minutes, my back where I'm pretty sure my epidural was locks up and I legitimately can't get chores done around the house. And some people listen to that and they go, oh, that's bullshit. It's like, no, you just don't understand because you haven't experienced it.
Right.
And that's frustrating too.
It's super frustrating. And then some moms forget how hard it is at different stages too. Like you have older generations that are like, you're fine, just do it. Just that's nothing. But they've they're so far past the stage, like the stage that we're in right now. Our littles aren't quite two. And I think moms that have children our age, not necessarily our parents, but moms that have children that are older, right? They just forget how hard it was at different stages, you know? Carlisle wants to put his input in as well. Or is that
No, that's
Dimitri?
Dimitri.
That's Dimitri.
He says, yeah, support each other,
That's
bitches.
that's right.
I'm giving him pets so he'll shut up.
Okay.
Are you done? Okay.
You might hear Emmett snoring here in just a minute. He's right next to me now.
I mean, you want to talk about some maddening parts of being cat moms?
Cat Mom Madness, a new series.
Part two.
Part two, that's
Cats.
right. Oh, that's right. But speaking of madness, you may also realize that we are not in the same room currently. That's new. And that's because of what's going on in the world right now. You know,
Yeah.
our final round that we released Saturday.
Night, baby. I know. You got some things to say? You want to be part of stuff? Sorry. I thought he was going to jump back down because he started acting like he was going to.
It's all right. I'll restart it.
Just film like this the rest of the video. You dick. Okay.
Did he hop down?
No, but he's laying on the other side now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go. Ready? Speaking of the madness, you may realize that we are not in the same room right now, and that's because of the madness that's going on in the world. And our previous episode of the final, so we actually pre-filmed all of the different outcomes because of the way that everything
The
was
situations,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, because of the situation, we just pre-filmed the outcomes and then released the one that was it, you know. But yeah, so we're at our separate homes currently filming, and it's going to be like this for a little bit, especially the entire month of April. And according to announcements that happened today, probably at least part of May. Federally, it's been told to us that social distancing has to go on through at least April 30th here. So part of May is probably also going to be filmed this way. So that's cool.
Yeah, the content's not going to stop though. We talked about it the other day, and there's plenty of things to do that can be done this way. And this seems to be working really well so far from a recording standpoint, and our video is really clear, and it's not freezing or locking up. So that's working really well. And then in April, we'll be doing videos completely separately. So we'll rotate who's doing different things. And then we actually aren't going to do the rest of the Mom Madness topics on IGTV. We're actually going to do them on here instead.
Yep. And I mean, it'll be the same, but it'll be different. So some things that'll be a little bit different is you get to see what it's like for us to just do things in our own home. You saw our day in the life, but one of the things we're going to do is a project separate. And they're very different projects, so it'll be interesting to see, I'm sure. But
Well, yeah, and I mean, anybody who's been watching our videos knows how different we are
yeah,
as individuals just from subtle things. But I think that'll be kind of fun too, because I feel like it'll be like a really different versus like, us talking together is obviously not the same as us talking when we're apart. So I think like when, for example, like when we're doing our projects, I think it'll be really interesting for people to see how we are, kind of as individuals, but as the people who brought Momestly Me to by being together. So I think it'll be kind of interesting and different for us too. Like I started filming part of one of the things that I have to release on this Saturday coming up. And so I was just kind of like, like it, it took me a little bit to kind of like get into it because I'm used to it being like us and we
right.
laugh and we play a lot and Mike sighs at us because they're not getting it done. And so I think it'll be fun and it's necessary right now. So
It is necessary right now, and it's all going to work out. And who knows? Maybe this will be not this part, but some of the separate videos. Maybe if you guys like this, we can do different things every now and then.
yeah,
Let us know. We're always open for ideas and suggestions. We may or may not take them, but that doesn't mean we're not open to them. Uh,
yeah. Oh, and the sex therapist.
right. We are going to have
Yeah,
to reschedule her for now. Um, so that was going to be this week, but definitely still send us your questions. If you have
yeah,
questions, things that you want to ask her, still send it to us because we're keeping a document. And as soon as we can get with her, even if it's like this on, we are using Zoom, by the way. If you're looking for a platform, this seems to be working great. We were going to use Facebook Messenger, but it doesn't quite give us this window the way that you're seeing it now. So, not sponsored, just letting you know what
Melinda
we're
would have been
using.
this big and I would have been this big.
But if you're looking for a platform to video chat or anything like that, this seems to be working pretty well. My chorus has used it too. Um,
And I've seen that like kids and other adult, a lot of people are using it right now
yeah,
to still like keep in contact with like friends and like classmates, like kids
mm-hmm.
in elementary schools and stuff are doing it just so they can talk to each other, and it seems to be really neat.
There are a lot of teachers who are using it to get their classroom together. So the kids get to spend time with their classes. They're also using like Google Hangouts is another popular one.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. But no,
something like
it's definitely working for us right now, and it's gonna hopefully work for us for anything else we have to do like this. But
yeah,
that brings us to another point of this time in our lives. There's so much going on, and it can be really overwhelming. There are so many of us that are not used to being at home, or if we're at home, we're maybe not used to having our children around us all the time, or our husbands at home, significant others at home. That's weird. Um, so it's a time to definitely think about your mental health because there's so many changes and it can be so overwhelming. Somebody invited me to a Moms Making It group. I'm not going to give the full name of the group because it's a private group, but it's moms that have gotten together and they are, trying to figure out all of this together. And we're both part of it, actually. And there's so many moms on there that are struggling because life has changed so much for them right now with trying to do the schooling and the work that their kids have at different levels is so different as well that they're really struggling.
yeah, and
Um,
it's like their only social media and stuff is their only way to interact with other people.
yeah. So we one of the things that we were planning on announcing in a different type of video, but now's a great time, is we have connected with this wonderful mom. Her name's Abigail, and she has an app that, let me see if I can open it real quick, that she has included us in this app. And
Yeah, so our content is part of, so Melinda will show you what it looks like in a second, but essentially whenever there are things in her app that are relevant to content we have put out, there will be access to our content multiple ways in this app. She actually reached out to us a while ago, and she yeah, we love what she's doing. We're a huge support. I'm kind of behind on putting her on our main page of our website, but I'm working on it.
The app is called Mindful Milk. And the way that we found her is I actually found her on Instagram when we started our Instagram account. And I'm going to show it to you. This is on my iPhone. And you can see it has meditations. It's backwards, I'm sorry. And it has a journaling option. And it has self-care. And the journal is really great. That's something I always thought that I would do as a mom after the baby got here. I don't do it. But this helps because this journal option gives you prompts and you have to
Yeah, it's guided.
it's guided and you have to
Yeah, guided
unlock
writing.
yeah, you have to unlock the days as you go. And it's pretty awesome. And I've definitely found the meditations have come really in handy. I know it's backwards, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. So you see how it says mommy time? There's meditation specifically for pregnancy, postpartum, um, and
Breastfeeding.
breastfeeding. Thank you. And they're awesome. It's completely tailored to you as well because you can pick your time. How much time do you have to give to meditation right now? 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes? Um, we're telling you about this because it's awesome, but also this is a really great time to get into something like this because somewhere in your day you need a break, you need a mental break. That's important all the time anyways, but especially right now when things are so
Yeah.
uncertain and so different. That's one of the biggest things I've seen is moms don't have time for themselves anymore. And
We barely had it before. Now we
right
really don't have it.
now it's there's even less time, so check it out. I think there's a free trial. There's also a paid subscription for it, but I'm going to tell you, I think it's worth it for sure because I've already been doing this for a little bit, um, and I think it's fantastic. It's definitely helped because there are times where I've been overwhelmed and just follow the meditation or write my feelings down and I just feel better. So, have you tried any of the meditations yet?
No, I think the only things I've looked at is the journaling stuff because that was the part that interested me the
Right.
most in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's like you can buy empty notebooks with intentions to write all the time, but sometimes it's almost overwhelming just to know what to say or write. So even when we first talked to her and she told us that it was going to be kind of guided and there would be things to help you kind of figure out what you wanted to write, that's always been. I mean, I like to write anyway, so it's just part of the thing.
Yeah.
Like that was my like biggest appeal for the app itself. But I think she one of the reasons that we felt like this collab was so meaningful was because we both are trying, well, the three of us, I guess, you know what I mean, her and us, the three of us are trying so hard to create a space where moms can have what they need to be successful, because so often moms put everything else before themselves, and it's really hard to be successful if you don't care about yourself anymore. Like, it's not, it's just, and I know we've talked about this before, so I won't drag on, but it's like that was one of the things. Like, as soon as she reached out to us, we were like, oh yeah, no, and she was one of our first supporters, actually. Like, and it was so funny because I remember when we met her, when we videoed with her, and we were talking about everything. It was so obvious that she had like legit seen all of our videos. Like, she remembered content and she talked about things that we said, and so she's like just kind of like a affiliate or a sibling site or whatever you want to call it.
Well, and we actually started on social media about the same time, too. So,
Oh, right. That's
and
right.
definitely
Yeah.
follow her on social media as well. Mindful Milk or Mindful Milk app. Look her up on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah,
And
like
just in case anybody's concerned about the milk part, it's not all about breastfeeding.
no,
She has something separate for breastfeeding, but this covers all of the little quadrants of being a mother. And
it does.
breastfeeding is just one of those quadrants, though. Just because then I know the name might be one of those things where people are like, well, I'm not breastfeeding, so it doesn't matter. It covers everything.
It does. It covers everything, and I do think it's kind of a clever name, but it
It's
covers.
cute, yeah.
It is really cute. I mean, I guess milk is something you think of when you think about moms, and it really, I think, part of it is new moms, especially, is getting them support like the postpartum meditations and the breastfeeding meditations. You know, being a brand new mom is hard
Right.
work. Even when you have other children, sometimes you need the meditation and support even more with subsequent children, you know,
Yeah.
because it's got to be a different, we're not there yet, but it's definitely a different learning curve when you already have children who need your attention and then you have a new baby that needs your attention too. So, but check it out, especially right now. Um, we
Yeah.
definitely we definitely want you guys to be healthy and thriving, and we know it's such a weird time, and we just have to, as moms, look out for our mental health. Check in on your other mom friends. Make sure they're doing okay mentally, because that's a big thing right now. Big thing right now. Um, shit. Anything else you want to say? Breaking it real quick.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
If you want to do the outro stuff.
Yeah, I can. Um,
Sure.
okay, ready?
Yep.
And that's all we have for this episode. And April's going to be interesting. Definitely, definitely look forward to some neat content that's coming out where we're going to be separate. But follow us, subscribe to the channel, of course, hit the bell icon so that you know when those videos come out. Um, Give us a like on this video, comment down below, let us know what you thought. Again, if you have some ideas or things like that that you would like to see, let us know. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Momestly Me. And you're not going to see us on the same screen for a little while, but we are here. Definitely keep in contact with us through social media. And we will see you again like this soon, hopefully. Or in the same room. I look forward to the same
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time, moms.